guys, what's up? Listen, I'm finally getting a chance to do my inch bag review. It's been nearly 2 freaking years, and I've spent this time training, learning, and acquiring gear. And so what I'm about to show you guys is what I'm considering my Red Dawn edition. You know, I'm going all camo. I got all the tactical type of look and feel, the equipment, the low-bearing vest, all that kind of good stuff, and I just figured I'd throw myself all in since I've been doing that urban survival stuff for a while, and yeah, hell, feels good to get out in the woods in my camo and just do my thing, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the contents of my new inch bag build. I'm going to show you all the ins and outs. I'm going to show you why I chose specific items. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this bag is not finished. It's still a work in progress, so obviously I'm going to welcome you guys' input, advice, and experience. So let's get down to it, and I'll show you guys what I got going on. First up, we're going to talk about the outside of the pack. I'll give you a little background on it. The reason why I chose this pack is my inch bag. Then we'll go ahead and look at my low-bearing equipment. And then finally, of course, we'll get into the good stuff. We'll dump the pack out. I'm going to show you guys everything I got in there. We're going to go over each item one by one, and I'm going to talk about the purpose and the reason, what I was thinking when I packed this stuff for my long-term survival kit, aka inch bag. So let's get down to it. So this is the FILBE pack system. It's current USMC issue. It's a 3-part modular setup here. As you can see, I have my assault pack mounted on the top lid right here via these buckles, 2 up front, 2 in the back. Then I have a hydration carrier mounted right there. And then of course, you see the main pack there. So that's what's really cool about this setup, is it allows you literally to attach 2 extra packs to this and just head on out. So it's the ultimate inch bag in my opinion, because the flexibility that I have from this is outstanding. You know, let's say I get out to my base camp like I'm out here today. I set up with my main pack, and I leave that at my base camp, and when I need to go recon or do a little exploring or what have you, I can easily detach this one depending on what I need to do, or the smaller hydration pack, and then head off. And that's all there is to it. Now, I paid $330 for this system back in 2000, I believe it was 2010. And prices, it's very difficult to find these as a 3-pack system. They're typically sold separately, so I consider myself to be pretty lucky to be able to pick this up. But anyways, it is what it is. That's what I think is great about this bag. Like I said, it's completely modular. It allows me to carry 2 extra packs with me into the field. And hell, when you're talking about a bag that is designed for long-term survival, aka I'm never coming home, it's good to have some more flexible options when it comes to low-bearing equipment versus just one giant-ass pack. So that's the outside. That's the front of the pack here. We can see we got sustainment pouches, 1 on each side. And then over here, we got the ability, there's slip pockets on each side. You see I got a tomahawk right here. And then there's another area right here where I could slip other items, such as maybe, you know, a rifle or something along those lines. But that's basically the front of the pack. You see how I got that set up there? Let's flip this around. I'm going to show you the back and how the shoulder harnesses and the whole low-bearing system is set up, and then we'll go ahead and get into details. Okay, so one of the big things that I take into consideration when I'm choosing a long-term survival pack is comfort, right? I want a hip belt like this. It's nice and big and thick and wide and comfortable. This sits nice in my lower back, and it provides me with an excellent amount of support, and really just makes my life easy because, you know, let's face it, hopefully I don't have to end up stranded on foot with this bag, but if I did, I want to be super comfortable in the process, because let's face it, the inch bag is not lightweight. I have nearly 70 pounds in this thing, so comfort is a top priority for me. Here you see the frame, and this part, the shoulder support system, slips right over the frame, and it's actually adjustable in height, so you can tweak this depending on how tall you are. For me, it's a perfect fit, and once again, you're seeing lots of padding, lots of good support, and just an extremely comfortable setup for carrying amount of weight that I have here, which, like I said, is about 70 pounds. So of course, this pack has a heavy-duty sternum strap. It's a real simple operation, just buckle and release. Nothing much to it, but one thing there is to note is that it is adjustable for height depending on your preference. So you can move this up and down, and that's pretty much it. Just a sternum strap, and it serves the role of keeping this pack nice and tight up against your body, and keeps it from flopping around. So here's how you adjust the pack to fit with the shoulder straps, right? There's a typical buckle and strap system right here. Nothing fancy. You're going to see this on pretty much any pack on the market. But what I like about this and what they've added here, which is pretty cool, and it definitely comes in handy when you're toting this pack around, is you can just hit this quick release piece right here, and it unsnaps and just slides right out. Now, that's great when you're on the trail and you're towing this thing around, you got a lot of weight, and you just want to drop this thing with a quickness for whatever reason. You can easily just unsnap it like you saw, and it falls apart. Now, I will tell you from personal experience, it's a good idea to keep this strap buckled in there, because if you don't, and it's just hanging loose like this, it's real easy to bump it when you're on the trail, and you think maybe you're adjusting this strap, and you actually pull down on this, it falls out, then you got to drop your pack, reset, put it back on, and all that crap, and it's kind of annoying, especially if you're in a groove. So that's how you adjust this. That's quick release. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the other pieces and parts of the pack, and then we'll get into the details. One final way to adjust the shoulder straps is from the top. Now this unbuckles right here, and this entire strap folds down. I keep this buckled, obviously, and then I can just adjust the straps for my height. Now, for taller people, you're going to run this out a little bit further. For me, I'm going to run it in a little bit tighter, but that's just another way to adjust the straps. Now, when you're dealing with a pack of this size and weight, you need an easy way to put it on, right? So I got two big heavy-duty grab handles right here. So the idea is to stand at the top of the pack, grab the handles, and in one continuous motion, flip this over my head, and my arms go through here like so. So if this was a real bug out scenario with my inch bag or whatever you want to call it, I would actually have two AK-47 magazines in here. But as it stands today, I have survival equipment in here, and that's about it because it's a weapon-free day, unfortunately. Right here is my admin pouch made by Mil-Spec Monkey, and this has a bunch of admin-related stuff in there. Compass, a small map of the immediate region that I'm in, multi-tool, and some other items that we'll look at later. Now here, we got a canteen and an SDS Molly 2 pouch. I got my new radio, which I'm loving, dual band FM transceiver. This thing picks up NOAA channels, FM radio. It also has walkie-talkie functionality, two-way, so I can communicate with other radios on the same frequency. It's also GMRS capable and a ton of other options, which I'll get into in an actual review I'm going to do of this specifically. But for now, that's what I'm using for my comms. I have a little angle flashlight here. You guys have probably seen that before. I pretty much take that with me anywhere I go. And then over here again, I have another double mag AK pouch that I'm carrying other survival related items in there that we're about to have a look at. Okay, so we're going to start with food. Right here I got an S-Bit 5-piece Trekker stove, my fuel bottle. Over here we got kind kind of lunch related items, right? A lot of smoked salmon. I'm really focused on bringing in high calorie content food, right? So I'm looking for stuff with good fats, good proteins, lots of carbs for energy, stuff like that. And the smoked salmon fills that perfectly. Over here, we got 5 servings each of real, quote-unquote, mashed potatoes. And so those provide me with a fair amount of meals that then I can easily mix with other items to have my own unique dishes. Then right here, got some Ziploc bags, can't go wrong with that. Dried butter, some pocket tissues. Then right here, in this little camo bag, I got drink mix, you know, stuff like Powerade, coffee, creamer, things of that nature. Right here, I got some powdered milk to go with the multigrain cereal and that cute little titanium spork I got there. Got some extra virgin olive oil for cooking. Got a few snack related items over here. I'm low on the Cliff Bars. Typically I would have 4 more here, but over the course of the past 3 or 4 days, I've ate them all. So typically there would be more here, but you can just imagine that there's more, right? Over here, talking more about high calorie foods. We got protein, lots and lots of protein and lots of good saturated fats in that peanut butter. Got a chicken bouillon cube right there to go with the dried vegetables so I can have soup if I prefer. Right here, I got Uncle Ben's Ready Rice. I love this stuff because it literally takes about a drop of water to cook, so you can conserve a lot of water and still have some really good, dense food to eat. That goes with the prosciutto if you prefer, or you can mix that with, you know, the real garlic mashed potatoes or whatever, right? Then over here in this bag, got textured vegetable protein, which I'm thinking can mix in really nice with the red beans and rice, or hell, I can actually take the textured vegetable protein, these dried veggies, mix it in here with the mashed potatoes and have myself some sort of like, I don't know, I guess shepherd's pie, right, without the crust. So that's kind of what I'm doing for food here. I would typically have more, but like I said, I've been snacking on my supplies a little bit, so I'm a little bit low. But I'm going to go ahead and post up the calories per day that I would get out of this. I'm shooting for this to last me as long as humanly possible. Now, bear in mind, right now, I'm an extremely active person, and I eat about 1,200 calories a day. I'm trying to lose weight, but at 1,200 calories a day, I'm perfectly happy. I'm not starving, and everything's fine with me. So this, if you count in the food that I've eaten that you're not seeing here, is going to afford me between 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day for about 10 days. So that's kind of how that plays out. I think that's sufficient. Hell, you can only carry so much food with you, and my game plan with the food is to, obviously, if I have to hit the road, I want to be able to have the food in my pack, but also have another source of food in my truck. So this food only gets eaten as a last resort when there's nothing else available and I'm on foot with this pack, right? That's kind of the way I look at that whole scenario. So that's the food. Let's go ahead and move on to the shelter-based items and then just keep on going through the review. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk shelter-related items. Right here in this pouch I have stakes, paracord, bungee cords. Right up here in this bag I have a new AquaQuest camo tarp, which I'm looking forward to trying out. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more durable than my Boscha, which has gotten a little ripped up over the years. Then right here I have a Snug Pack jungle bag in this compression sack. This sack that came with the Snug Pack broke and was quite honestly just a total piece of shit. So I replaced it with this Alps bag, which compresses it much better. Then in this compression sack here I have my Wooby. And then of course over here I have my sleeping bag with the bag that I put it in. Now the reason why I put it in the camouflage bag is just to cut down on the signature, because if you have this nice big green blob walking through the woods right there, it kind of stands out like a sore thumb. And I've noticed that before when I've been filming and seen how it just kind of just stands out when I'm moving through the forest. So I went ahead and threw it in a DPM bag just to add a little bit of layer of camouflage on the situation. So that's it for shelter. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the contents of the medical pouch right here. On the outside of the pouch, I have just, you know, basic boo-boo kit. Got anti-diarrheal pills. Got compressed NAR gauze. I got a bunch of different little over-the-counter anti-diarrhea emergency. This stuff is like magic, man. If you're sick, all you got to do is just drink this for like 3 days and you'll be healed like magic. So I got this in here, especially since it's the crappy flu season right now anyway. So these are really great. If you don't have those, throw those in your kit. And then here, I just got some Band-Aids, some more OTC meds, and some medical tape. So this is kind of like my go-to kit for all the little odds and ends that could possibly go wrong. And then I got the big boy stuff for the big accidents, the big issues in the main pouch. Okay, so this is a two-sided medical pouch. I really like this type of design. Makes it really easy to get to what I need. Right here, I got some medical tape, and then some Topicaine. If you've ever had tooth issues and you haven't been able to make it to the dentist right off, you know how bad they suck. This is a topical anesthetic that you can put on the affected area until you can get proper treatment. And there wouldn't be anything worse than being in a survival situation and having your tooth hurting you. I mean, it literally will take you out of the game, no questions asked. So I thought it was a good idea to add that to the kit. Then over here, we're talking major medical trauma problems, right? We got tourniquet, we got Israeli bandage, and then some sterile gloves there. And that's really all I need to cover the major trauma. So then we flip it around to this side and look at what we got going on here. Now, you see I got some tweezers there, lots of gauze pads, 2x2s, 4x4s, 6x6s. Here we got some hydrocortisone cream. This is great for itches and things of that nature. And then got some shears. And then right here, just got a gauze roll. So that pretty much takes care of what I'm considering to be major medical issues, and then of course the minor medical issues can be taken care of with the contents of this pouch here. Okay, so now on to the contents of the second pouch. This is kind of serving as a toolbox, for lack of a better term, right? What I got in here is a little Petzl headlamp. I have a Speedy Stitcher. I have 12-hour candle. Got some duct tape. Got some Gorilla Tape. Got just one of these Night Eyes flippable dual-sided carabiners. I got this emergency siren alarm. I've shown you guys this before. It's good for setting up perimeter security. I got a couple extra buckles in case anything breaks. And then finally, at the bottom of this, got a heavy-duty knife sharpener. And that's it. That's just a basic mini toolkit to take care of repairs in the field, keep the weapons sharp, and provide some light with the candle, and then that headlamp I showed you. Okay, so what you're looking at here is my hygiene kit, because I figure if I'm going away from home, running away, whatever the case is, the communists are parachuting out of the sky and I got to hit the road, I want to stay somewhat clean, right? I don't want to be a dirty, nasty mess. So I got to have some personal hygiene taken care of. So what I got in here is just the basics, nothing super fancy. I got a little shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste, seat to stomach micro towel. This is really nice. It folds out to a really good size and dries up real quick too. Got to have some toilet paper. Can't go wrong with that. Then we got razor, some dental floss, and then finally down here, a little bit of camp soap. So that covers it for my hygiene. Let's go ahead and close this up and have a look at the contents of the last pouch. So here is the water and fire kit, right? This is basic stuff. You got to have that. This is going to go inside any pack. And zip it. And I got good old Sawyer Mini. You've seen these before. I got these things spread all over the damn place. This is the actual filter. Then you see the straw right there. And then I have the squeeze bag right here. And then stuffed alongside it is this Milbank pouch. Now this is really cool because what this allows you to do is take really scummy water, dirty water with actual stuff floating around in it, pour it in this bag, and this is going to filter out all the crap, which will then give you an opportunity to actually use this filter to actually get the impurities out once you get all the dirt and grime out of it. So that's kind of a nice feature to have. I got this from my friend across the pond, so it immediately went right in this kit. Now on this side, I got a fire kit right here. This is just got some wet fire in it, lighter, a regular flint and steel striker, and that's pretty much about it. Oh yeah, and some tinder. And then I got some extra batteries here. And then finally, in this compartment, I got this fire square right here from a company. They sent me a big box of these. I'm going to be doing probably an in-depth review on these down the road, but these are nice and small. I'm going to show you how they work. They're just real efficient, and I just toss them in the bottom of my bags and I have them available. So got this in here. I like redundancy. Got more water purification. Got some tin foil there. And then finally, let's see what else I got here. Oh yeah, I got another Silcock key. So that covers it for my fire and water purification. Now let's go ahead and move on to what's next. I'm thinking, let's go ahead and have a look at the clothes. Okay, so here's the first bag of clothing related items, if you want to call it that. I got an extra t-shirt right here, a shamog, and then more cold weather related items here. I got this neck gaiter, face mask, some gloves, all rolled up in this. Then talking more cold weather, we got some thermals and 2 extra pair of underwear, and then finally an extra pair of socks. So that kind of covers me in that department. Let's go ahead and move on to the major clothes items and see what we got going on there. Now the big ticket item for clothes is what I got in this bag. That is my beloved SSO Russian Army issue Partisan M camouflage top and bottoms, right? And this thing is just bloody amazing. I've had this for years, used it repeatedly off and on depending on the season, and it hasn't let me down, so I had to put it in the inch bag. So what you're seeing here is the top and the bottom, and I have a real in-depth video and a blog post on these, but the main reason why I really like this uniform is the fact that it's a reversible camouflage pattern. This is obviously the summer side, and then when it starts to get into winter season like what we're in now, you can turn this inside out and immediately have this other side available to you. So 2 camouflage patterns in one, hell, you can't go wrong. That's why it had to go in the bag. But definitely check out the video and the blog post that comes behind this, because I think you'll like it and probably want to pick up one for yourself. Hell, we got a couple of these for sale in the shop right now, and it turned out to be a pretty popular product. So check out those links. Now we're going to go ahead and I think we got a few other items to look at, and then we're done. Okay, so what am I carrying for tools? First up, we got the Kershaw Tomahawk. I love this thing. It's super lightweight. Got that big, heavy-duty, large cutting edge right there. Got a spear point back there, and it's just one solid piece of steel. Down here, you got nail puller and pry bar, and nice, comfortable handle right there. Then over here, got the good old Ontario Rat 5. Had this thing for years. It's a little rusty, but the cutting surface is nice and clean and ready for action, razor sharp. Then over here, got the Silky Pocket Boy folding saw. Always got that with me. Gerber multi-tool. And then the newest addition is this Schrade folding e-tool. And this thing is really cool because I save a pound by using this over the military issue e-tool. It has a telescoping handle right here, which I can adjust up and down. And then right there, I can adjust it to use it as a traditional shovel or as a pick. So I thought that was pretty nice. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm carrying for tools right there. Some of you guys might prefer to bring a heavy duty axe specifically for chopping wood, or maybe a bow saw. It's really up to you. For me, this is what works. Okay, so here's some items, just miscellaneous things that really don't fit into a specific category. I got an extra canteen and canteen cup right here, British Army issue. Right there I got my comms covered. Like I said, we'll talk about that in further depth down the road. Got a all-weather notepad there. My little angle flashlight made by Pentagon Light. Then right here I got a topo map of the immediate area that I'm in, plus a Right in the Rain pin. Then over here, I've covered this before. I got a blog post on it. And this is just basically my last resort, last ditch. Everything has been, FUBAR survival kit. I got fire in here. I got a little tea candle. I got lighter, matches, tinder, water purification, all the basics to try and just, get me through. So I got that covered there. And by the way, that's a sealed case that's made for an iPhone, and these things are really great. So there's no water ever going to get in there, or moisture, or anything else. So that's what I like about that. Then over here, got the Sun 2 M3 compass. And then finally, I got one other thing to show you guys, and then we'll, I guess maybe we'll get something to eat. So I don't know about you guys, but if I'm leaving forever, I got to have some decent reading material with me. So I've chosen 3 of my favorites. Starting with the Holy Bible, King James Version, not the watered down New Age version, but the classic. I gotta have this on hand for spiritual and moral support. Then I got the other Bible, the SAS Survival Guide. Gotta have that. And then finally, I got this Essential Liberty book, and it just basically has the Constitution in it, excerpts from the Federalist Papers, and all the details about the founders and what makes America freaking awesome. So these 3 books right here are going to get me through some rough times and take care of me. So that's what I've chosen for now. Maybe down the road I throw in a novel or something like that, but for now, this works. Now, one thing I can't forget to mention is the contents of the assault pouch, which you saw was mounted on top of the main pack. Now right here, I got this really cool binder, and this thing opens up, and this is a map of the area that I live in, right? Nashville, Murfreesboro, all the way down to Alabama, Huntsville, Chattanooga, all the way over there into North Carolina. So this covers Tennessee and some of the tri-states region. And when you flip this over and pull it back out, it's actually a map of the entire United States. So I got all that area covered there with this. Then, what else we got in here? We got Wild Edible Plants Guide, which, you know, this time of year there's not much out there, but once summer rolls around, definitely going to come in handy. And then in this pouch right here, I got my trusty binoculars, and that's pretty much it. So I have these items easily accessible at the top of my pack. When I need them, I can get to them, no problem. Alright, so that's it, guys. That is my long-term survival kit, my inch bag, whatever you want to call it. Now, obviously, like I said, it's not complete. There's definitely some holes, some gaps, and I'm aware of them. Number one, I have nothing for hunting. No snares, no traps. It's a gap. I know about it. It's got to be filled. Secondly, fishing kit. You know, I had this great idea. I'd seen some videos on YouTube of a DIY fishing kit where, you know, you take a PVC pipe, you wrap fishing line around it, and then you put your fishing kit inside of it. I just didn't get around to doing it. Then is what it is. It's something I got to do. So those 2 items, but then probably most importantly, guys are probably sitting there thinking like, where the hell is this guy's guns at? You know, he's talking about Red Dawn, he's talking about all this other kind of stuff. I would have brought them with me. I would have loved to, but the area that I'm in, the only spot I could get into is no weapons allowed, and it's just not a good environment to bring that. I'm already tactical enough. So to let you know what I do use is the Glock 19 and Romanian G AK-47. That combined with 8 mags of ammo for the AK and 3 mags of ammo for the Glock put me in about 15 pounds. So this entire load back here is going to weigh, I'm going to be honest with you, about 75 pounds, all of that. Now, you're going to sit there and say, oh my God, that's just crazy, that's a ton of weight. Listen, you're not going to be able to get away with packing 30 or 40 pounds out the door if you're never coming back home again, unless you have cache points set up every 10 miles or what have you. You're going to have to be able to put some damn weight on your back and move it, okay? That's just all there is to it. Now, this amount of weight, I haven't had on my back in like 6 months. But was it a big deal for me? No, it wasn't, because I trained for this. I always doing deadlifts and always doing squats. And if you guys follow my Facebook page, every single Tuesday we focus on physical fitness because it is a vital part of your survival strategy. If you can't get off the damn couch, you're screwed. And I know there's some people out there who sit there and say, oh, well, I don't need to do anything, I'll just shoot you. Well, what happens when you run out of ammo? You're just going to be a stationary target and just gun you down. You might get a couple shots off. That's just stupid, guys. If you're not training for survival in terms of your fitness, you're not training. That's all there is to it. So if you're not on the Facebook page, definitely go check it out because we focus on fitness, you know, every single Tuesday. So that's why I'm able to throw this pack on after 6 months, hike 4 miles, and I don't feel it. It's not a big deal, right? So that's that. And then, to be honest with you, I really don't know much else that I'm missing offhand. There might be some small things here and there, but overall, I think I have a really good foundation. I'm going to fill in the gaps, and hopefully next time I do a video, it'll be totally perfect and complete, or maybe there'll be some more modifications. I'm definitely interested in dropping some damn weight. So anyways, I appreciate you guys' input, support, all that kind of good stuff. Hell, the channel has grown so much in the past few months, it's nuts. So I really appreciate it, guys. If it wasn't for the audience and you guys' support, hey, I wouldn't be here doing a damn video. So I hope you guys know the drill. Get out there and train, and I'll talk to you later. I got some of this prosciutto and Spanish rice fishing is damn delicious. So I'll talk to you later. Peace.